Hello, indie warriors, and welcome to Suffering, featuring me, Literary Rose from I Dream of Indie. The Suffering flavor for today is Get Packed, Couch Chaos on the Nintendo Switch.
And now,
While I've clearly made it no secret so far that I did not enjoy playing this game, I want to start off on a positive to neutral note. So let's start with the basics. Get Packed is a 1 to 4 player co-op couch game in which you attempt to pack a variety of different objects, and sometimes animals and people, under a short amount of time. On top of that, you must contend with a physics-based system that can lead to some hilarious and frustrating moments. Sometimes you smack your co-op partner with a chair and knock them out. Sometimes you try to grab a single item and end up taking down the entire shelf. The story of Get Packed is unique and at times pretty funny and cute. Your protagonists create a removal company named Last Ditch Removals to help citizens and businesses alike move out, as they are all evicted by a salt mining company. I say help loosely because the game does not attempt to portray your characters as heroes, at least not perfect ones. They break plenty of possessions, rob a bank, go to jail, smack aliens, and overall act a bit callously. Nevertheless, the game does not put on airs about this being some major moral quandary. It's silly fun first and foremost. Besides the story mode, you can also beat the same chapters and levels in a destruction mode and time attack mode, which are exactly what they sound like. In the destruction mode, you destroy as much as you can, and your moving van pulls up to the premises with a variety of tools to aid you in these endeavors, such as a pickaxe, dynamite, or even oil. I must admit that I did not try the time attack mode simply because my patience had run dry at that point. I did, however, mess around with the party mode and it was pain incarnate. Alright, I've danced around the elephant in the room enough. I've hated this game. It started out fine in the first few levels. I didn't quite understand some mechanics from the tutorial, such as how to flat pack, and my co-op partner and I went back and replayed the tutorial a few times and we never really did get it, but still the game seemed simple enough. We knew how to dash, pick up items, etc., the basics. But as we progressed, the mechanics and the weaknesses of the mechanics made themselves more and more apparent. My co-op partner and I struggled to pick up items regardless of their size. We would get right up to the items at all kinds of angles and we're pressing the appropriate buttons, and our characters would just not do it. Or they would grab the wrong item, especially in areas where there are lots of items. And there are a lot of items in every level that you can pick up. So you're warned in some levels to not blow up things, but then you're also asked to grab the dynamite, which your character holds. Actually, your character holds all objects like this, as if they've recently imbibed a bit too much controlled substances. So everything in their hands sways, like they are on the vast ocean. That, coupled with the levels that are filled to the brim with stuff for you to smack your items on, and you end up triggering the dynamite that you needed to pack and explode yourself. You come back to life, but that's points you just lost and money deducted from whatever property you damaged by blowing up, which is funny the first time and annoying all of the other times. Till we reached the point that we just wanted to complete the level with 1 star, so we never had to return to it again. The abundance of items does provide some fun in that there's a variety of them, and we definitely had fun trying to get some weird items into the van, such as a dinosaur skeleton. But then we also had some challenges, which are optional but still feasible supposedly, to move things like get a parked car into a moving van. And the parked car was for a trophy, but we found it odd that it was the only item that you couldn't pull straight across that road. In this level, there's a road, there's 2 cars going by, and that's part of the challenge. Don't get hit. And we would use the stop sign to stop traffic so we could move the car across, help one another, but it would not let us cross over the sidewalk like we could with literally all other items. There was a very specific way the game wanted us to do that challenge, and it was just so frustrating that we very much gave up, because all that ended up doing was we kept getting mangled by cars over and over and over again as we tried to move this car into the van. The party mode was terrible. Every single game was boring and annoying to play, with some losing the little appeal they had within a minute of playing. During the ghost hunting party game, all you need to do is walk around a small maze, quote-unquote, room, and try to get some more ghosts sucked up in your vacuum than your opponents. But after a single minute of this dull gameplay, we called it quits. We were not going to spend an entire 3 minutes in this joyless loop. It only took us about 2 hours to beat the story campaign, some of that extra time spent attempting to get all 3 stars, until the game emotionally wore us down and we stopped caring. I wouldn't call this a difficult game, just difficult to get through spiritually. To be frank, I guess even more so, my opinion is that this is a poorly made, moving out clone. I had not played this before, but I decided to give a demo a try to see if there were any similarities between these two games, which led me to the understanding that Get Packed Couch Chaos is just an inferior copy. Moving Out is the same idea, but done correctly, beautifully, enjoyably. Even the visuals are better, which is something else I haven't touched on. The visuals in Get Packed suck, specifically the gameplay portions. Everything is too small. Whether handheld or docked, I had to put the screen right up to my face and squint to see everything well. The game seemed to realize the visuals are an issue as well, since the item you need to pick up for your next client is always highlighted on the map so you can find it. And it definitely isn't optimized for larger TVs. We're a bit extra, and we have a pretty sizable TV, and the game decided, let's make everything smaller. The final item of note would be the music, which is fine, serviceable. Nothing to write home about, but not ear-grating either. It is quickly forgotten and lost in the background to the frustration that is this game. I apologize for being so harsh, but I would argue that this is a possibility with all chaotic co-op physics games, which makes getting the controls and the visuals even more important. If the core mechanics are not good, are not functioning well, are not satisfying to play, it makes the hilarity of your hijinks and failings just torturous. I didn't feel like I was the problem, but that the game was. This game had potential in the more mature, political, goofy angle it was taking with the story, but without the foundations of controls and visuals, it just didn't cut it for me. Thank you for enduring this review with me. I want to offer some special thanks to all the great indie warriors and indie legends that continue to provide their patronage for this channel. For the indie warriors level, we have Bill T, Christian Cruz, Kevalo, Adriana Amato, CJR, PSC, Julian Colvis, Jesse, Ray Lynn, Marky Mint, Dave Harp, Peekaboo, Lex Noyle, Carmine Red, and King of the Hatch. And at the indie legends level, we have Jen Rose, Larkison, Mitchell Hall, Peach, Skepticism, C. Coyle, Nathan Moore, Chris Jackson, Mr. W, Blue Francis 14, The Beeferinis, and Business Cody. Thank you for your support by watching this video, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any reviews or gameplay impressions. Check out the description box to see how you can become an indie warrior or indie legend yourself. Help us bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming.